This is UniFi's Pro HD 24 PoE switch, and before I even tested the features, I had one big question. Is this massive switch going to actually fit in my rack? This is not a full review. This is a first look, and I'm going to unbox it, rack it, adopt it, and check out the features that stand out. It's a very large box and a very large switch. This has 22 2.5 gig PoE Ethernet ports. It has two 10 gig PoE Ethernet ports, and it has four 10 gig SFP Plus ports as well. It is a very high-end switch. It supports layer 3 switching, and I'm excited to get this out of the box and try it out. In the box, we have our mounting hardware, power cable, and rack ears. And here it is. This thing is very heavy, very deep for a switch as well. I'm hoping that it's going to fit into the rack, which I think it will, but time will tell. One of the nice things about this is this does have one of the new locking power connections on it, so your power cord is not going to accidentally fall out. It was an issue I've seen with a lot of older switches that Ubiquiti sold where the power cable would just fall out because there was no locking mechanism on it. So it's nice to see that they're including that on more devices these days. And in the mounting package, we have the mounting screws as well as the ears and the power cable. And this is a good point to say, first of all, Ubiquiti did not send me this switch. This is purchased with my own money. And then also, if you have noticed, there is a different background as well. This is my summer location. As you know from a previous video, I'm on a trip, so that is why the background is a little bit different, but we'll get back to the normal scheduled programming soon. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and mount this switch to the rack. I'm doing this on top of the UDM Pro because I'm lazy and I don't wanna hold up the switch as I rack it. So we're gonna go ahead and screw this in. And now that it's racked all nicely, we're gonna go ahead and plug in the power for it. My one concern about this in the back of the rack is that the power cable is not gonna fit, so we're gonna see if this fits or not. And I'm not sure how, but it does fit. There's millimeters of extra space. It is very tight, but it fits perfectly in, and the power cable is fully seated. You cannot access the lock because of where it's positioned, but it does fit in a shorter rack. Although I would not recommend this if the rack is actually mounted to the wall because you're not gonna be able to get your power cable out the back of it due to the rack being against the wall. So that is one thing to note. If you do have a similar rack of this same depth, I think this is about 24 inches, you will want to make sure that your switch actually fits in the rack. And now the switch is booting up. As you'll see, it does have Etherlighting on all of the RJ45 ports, which is pretty cool. And the touchscreen is also booting up as well. And additionally, with the Etherlighting, one of the things that you can do with it is you can change the lighting based on whatever you want. So we could change it based on speed, which is what it's currently set to by default, or we could change it to network, which should then show the VLAN color of the network that it's connected to. So let's say it's on a different VLAN, VLAN 50, maybe green. If this port was on VLAN 50, it would be green on the port. And you can, of course, change the colors to be whatever you want. If you're picky about the colors, you can do that. And yes, this is just going to be a 1 gig connection from the UDM Pro. I do not have a DAC cable with me, and the bandwidth does not matter for this lab environment that we have right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this into port 2 of the UDM and then port 1 of the Pro HD switch. Now we're gonna hop on the computer and get this adopted into our network. Okay, so now we are in the UniFi network interface. And just as a reminder, again, I am at a temporary location. The quality of the videos is not going down, but temporarily while I'm traveling, this is gonna be the rack that I have. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and adopt the switch now. We locally have the controller here. This is not a layer 3 adoption. So it is gonna go ahead and adopt and update the switch. I'm sure it's behind on firmware. Ubiquiti likes to come out with firmware all the time, which I'm not complaining about, but there's always updates to do when you get a new device. So while it updates, let's go ahead and look over the spec sheet of this device. And again, this is the Pro HD 24 PoE switch. It is $999, so it's definitely not a cheap switch. But what you get with that is a very high quality switch that has the 22 2.5 gig PoE++ ports, the two 10 gig PoE++ ports, which is also pretty awesome, as well as the 4 SFP Plus ports. That was one of the things I always did not like about the older UniFi switches because they only had two 10 gig SFP Plus ports on them, and I always felt like that was not enough, especially if you wanted to use that switch to feed other switches. So it's very nice to see that they have upped this to 4 SFP Plus ports. This does support the DC power backup, and it's something that I've never gotten to try yet, but I would love to try in the future. But essentially, if the power supply goes bad on your switch, it'll automatically fail over to the DC power supply backup if you have the UniFi RPS. Going down, you'll see, again, we've got the Etherlighting on it, as well as the screws and mounting options that it comes with. One of the other benefits of this is it does have a switching capacity of 230 gigabits per second, which is significantly higher than any of the other switches that Ubiquiti sells. Obviously not as high as maybe something like the campus aggregation switch or any of the enterprise switches, but this is kind of the highest end of the non-enterprise line of switches. Supports 1,000 VLANs and has a very high forwarding rate. That's one of the things I've noticed, especially with Dante and audio traffic, that you do want to have a high forwarding rate. That way there's no latency, there's no buffering, and it keeps the latency down and throughput high. And on the topic of ProAV, it does support, of course, all the ProAV features. That is nice to see. It also does function as a IGMP courier switch, so it can take charge of your IGMP network. And one thing to note as well, while this is still booting up, is that this is a 15.7-inch depth switch. So again, it's significantly deeper than anything that I've used in the past. And you do want to make sure that you have plenty of space for this in the rack. You need more than the 15.7 inches. You have to have an extra buffer of a couple inches for the power cord, because you don't want to pinch the power cord or have it anywhere tight behind the switch. So now that the switch is updated, you'll see it's online and forwarding traffic through it. My laptop is plugged into the second port of it, so we're able to do some testing here. What I want to do is go into our controller and actually make a whole new network, and we're going to try the layer 3 functionality of the switch. So if we go into the UniFi controller and we go to our USW Pro HD 24 PoE, which again is that switch, we're going to go ahead and fill in the network details. This is going to be layer 3 test, and we're going to turn on auto scale network is fine, and scroll down, and everything else we're going to leave the default settings. We'll click on create, and now if we go to our devices and back to our switch port manager, and we can assign my laptop to this network. That way my laptop is going to be fed from the layer 3 network of the switch. It's still going to go through the router for the actual internet connection, but the switch itself will do the routing on the layer 3 network. One of the best reasons to use layer 3 routing is because it'll offload the load from your UDM Pro or whatever your router is onto the switch. That way the switch can take that load. The biggest limitation I've seen in some of the older UniFi switches is the inter VLAN routing. Because the switches themselves don't have the inter VLAN routing, they have to go all the way back up to the router. And not only does that add latency, that also reduces your availability in the event that the router is down. So a layer 3 network is oftentimes a very good way to offload that from the router, have that closer to the edge devices themselves, and increase the efficiency and performance of your network if you are running into performance limitations. So for a first look, this switch is definitely overkill for most networks. But if you need 2.5 gig PoE, 10 gig uplinks, ProAV features, and layer 3 switching, it is an interesting option. If you do want to make the purchase of this switch or any other Ubiquiti product, please use my affiliate link down in the description below if this video helped you out. But that is all I have. So thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. I will see you in the next video.